What's poppin', everyone? It's Big B.A.D with another video. Today we're going to do another beast handler video, and we're going to do one similar to the ones we did recently. We're going to have as many of the tier 5 bottom paths as we can and see how good they are. The Pouakai or whatever it's called. So we chose Resort because one of the best maps, and then you could just have like all the birds right here at the end. And when things loop, they just keep getting attacked right here, obviously, but just like any other tower. But let me show you the strength of this tier 5 before we get started. And let me show you a few things about this that are a little bit different than would normally be the case if you were trying to test this out. So, because we have mods. So, let's merge this. Let me show you what I mean. There we go. So now we have a tier 5 beast handler in the bottom path, but we have the mod that gives us unlimited tier 5s, so we can actually upgrade these, which only apply a better buff to the merged one. So we just need to upgrade this one, and now we need 8 more, which this one will provide. In fact, it provides a tiny bit more than 8, so there we go. Now we have a max Pouakai or whatever. I need to look that up. And let's see how it does against round 100, because it actually is very good against it. Let me show you guys what I mean. There's a chance that this path becomes the best beast handler path, in my opinion, I feel like. Or it's a prediction, I guess, because look at that. It beats round 100 easily. Now, the dinosaur, when it's fully upgraded, probably can. And I think the shark probably still can. But the thing is that this isn't even necessarily, I feel like this isn't really supposed to do that. I feel like this is mainly supposed to move like DDT, ZOMG, basically any non-bad. This is supposed to disrupt and make it easier for you. And yet it's still also really good at beating bads, so that's real nice. Let's see if it could beat a Fortify round 100. I don't think so, but let's see. Because this thing is really, really good. It gets close. It gets very close. So it doesn't, but it does get very close. I think that shows its strength off enough, so we can imagine if this whole thing was filled up, how strong they would be. It'd probably be very, very powerful. We did this with the other 2 paths. If you haven't seen those videos, go check them out. So I will be back in 1 sec, and when I come back, we should have probably like 20 of these, maybe more. We'll just see how much we can fit. So give me 1 second. Okay, we are back, and I have a fat amount of these Pouakai stacked up. I need to count them, so that'll probably be in the title. I think I'll have to wait until, actually, since this isn't a normal game, we're not going to get a game over screen, so I'm gonna have to actually go around and count all these. But my guess is probably like 30 of them or so. So let's see how they can do. I mean, round 100, do we even need to try it? I guess let's do a 4 or 5 bat on this. Now, the placement isn't the best. They're not going to be as efficient as they possibly could be. There's better than this, but this should be good. They're not doing as much damage as I would think so far, though, but I guess in reality, they wouldn't do too much. Comparing this to, like, the dinosaurs that we tried, the dinosaurs obviously are extremely good. This one, I'm kind of wondering if placing a bunch is good or not, because with the sharks, it kind of falls off on how much better it makes them. So I think with this, it'll probably be the same way. Obviously the dinosaurs don't. The dinosaurs just stack because they're just pure damage and stuff like that. All right, but let's see. This is a round 200 Fortified B.A.D. And I think it's, yeah, it's only getting attacked by like 1 or 2 things at a time, so they definitely take turns to attack. So if you guys are wondering, can they become gods like the dinosaurs were? It doesn't seem like it. It seems like they really only attack 1 at a time, but that means they should be good at a giant DDT rush. So let's actually try that out. This is where they should be good. The bads, they probably just honestly will probably always suck, I think. So let's see the DDTs. Okay, so they're getting by, not as many as normal, but they are still getting by. Let's take off the fortifications, see the difference there. Oops. Okay, there we go. They still get by, not super easily, but they definitely still do. Okay, so one thing we have, you might notice, we have our Monkey Village with Homeland Defense. This should boost things. Let's actually try round 200 again and see if it makes somewhat of a difference. Obviously, we're still going to lose, but let's try it, see if it does make a difference. My bet is that it kind of doesn't. I don't think they do enough damage to really destroy these bads. But I'm hoping it makes a difference with the DDTs, though. See, this bad's not even in the next stage of injury yet. Which kind of, it's a little disappointing. It's a little disappointing. It did take a long time placing all these, but they're not doing as much as I would think. I guess it's good for testing for everyone else. Let's do the DDTs again, see if that could work. Let's do non-fortified first. So with Homeland Defense, they definitely guarded more. I could tell for sure they guarded more. But it wasn't like... They didn't win, though. When is Homeland Defense going to come back? Okay. Now, the lag is starting to get really bad out of nowhere. It's probably going to be, like, random when it's good or bad. That's how it was for, like, the dinosaur and stuff. Okay, let's see. Come on. See, there's, like, gaps in the DDTs, but they're not really getting destroyed or anything. So, let's try ZOMGs now. Maybe this is where they're better at. Yeah, this is looking better because the ZOMGs aren't even able to pass right here. So I think they're good for taking ZOMGs. So I guess if you had a bunch of tier 5s, which obviously you wouldn't. In game, you'd only have one. But if you had a bunch, then I would say the birds are really good for taking down DDT, or not DDTs, ZOMGs. The sharks are good at taking mostly anything. Except for the high health stuff they're good for, except for late free play, in which case they just stay the same. And then the dinosaurs are good for high health stuff. They're good for everything, but probably the best for high health because they don't have like a kind of like a self-built nerf against high health stuff like the other two do. But the other two, like I said, they're really good against DDTs and ZOMGs. And this bird looks like it's just a full counter to ZOMGs. So let's try round 999. And see a fortified ZOMG brush. Let's see what they do. Okay, see, this is what I mean. This is literally around 999 fortified ZOMG rush with 999 ZOMGs. And they're all just stuck here. They're all stuck here. They're in an infinite loop right here. Doesn't look like they're going to get past. So this is actually impressive. This part of the testing that we're doing right now is actually impressive to me. One thing we still do have to try would be overclocking everything. Plus, you can also God boost. But I don't want to do that because the Sun God does a lot of damage on its own. And then the overclocking, I'm gonna have to test one out to see if it makes a huge difference because I don't think it will. I think it'll make a difference in the sense that, like when we were attacking the B.A.D and it didn't, the fortified round 200 B.A.D, it didn't really get damaged much. I think it'll probably do like the first step of damage, but it definitely won't even take it halfway or destroy it. So I'm not sure there's much of a point. The ZOMGs get hard countered. DDTs probably get hard countered at some points, but at some point stop. So yeah, that's kind of. Let's try real quick. One last thing I want to try. Round 100 regular DDTs. Let's see if they get hard stopped. Because if not, then I guess they don't hard stop DDTs pretty much at any point. Oh yeah, they easily do. They easily get hard stopped. Okay, so other than late game fortified DDTs, and then fortified B.A.Ds, this can beat every other balloon, I think. I'm pretty sure it beats every other thing. So if you're like, let's say you're round 1000, you really have to worry about the B.A.Ds mostly and the DDTs. All the rest these birds will handle, which it sounds like, okay, that's not that crazy, but that actually is. Around 999 ZOMG, fortified one is insanely hard to pop. Insanely hard to pop. and these can counter literally infinite of them. So that part is good. Let me know what you guys think in the comments about this tower having infinite tier 5s of it. And yes, they all are powered up all the way. So you see they're all 36 attached to 1, which is 132. They're all at 132. So this is all max power. Let me know what you guys think about how this did and what you think about the tower in general. This is our third video of doing unlimited tier 5s of each of the tier 5s. I think that these tier 5s were really cool, all really strong in crazy ways, and is a really strong tower, really fun tower. In my opinion, it's my favorite. So let me know what you guys think in the comments, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye.